Hi guys, welcome back to the channel again. This is the updated version of Duolingo English test, and I'm gonna just go and take a practice test in it. So let's start. Okay, so the first section is read and select, where I'll be getting 15 to 18 questions, and I'll have 5 seconds. So continue. No. Okay, so fill in the blanks. You'll have 6 to 9 questions and 20 seconds to complete each. Given how sudden decision, we were surprised how what how casually he mentioned that he was moving to Canada. Next. The two variable move independently. Independently, yes. Allowing us. The steep deserts desert the steep deserts from the hill summit tested their determination to reach the valley below. Deserts. I think it's the human mouse uh, allowed them to catch the mice and release them in fill. Trap? Yeah, the human mouse trap. In this online community, respect and politeness are the none, not the exception. Or the what? None? I don't know. I'm not sure about it. In the end, victory seemed much more likely than defeat. Next. I rushed to in my assignment before the deadline in order to maintain my grades. I rushed in what? I don't know. The website crashed because the server's resources were not sufficient to handle the massive traffic. Yeah. The essay assignment was further complicated by the requirement that we had to write it by hand. Okay, mixed language skill. The section will have 18 to 21 questions from the question types read and complete, listen and type, and read aloud. It will take up to 30 minutes. Oh my god. Can't
She
believe
stood
it.
still with her hair flying in the wind. She stood still with her hair flying in the wind.
Oh my god, this is hard.
She stood still with her hair flying in the wind.
Next. The train ran at the rate of 500 miles an hour. An hour.
Don't play baseball in the park. don't play baseball in the park.
Italy eventually became one country in the late 19th century. Okay, type the missing letters to complete the text below. Critics of Almodovar's early work now thoroughly consider his revolutionary style while they criticize his flamboyant cinematography. 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 They fail to note that it is this very quality which makes it so different. In fact, the less colorful and dramatic scenes would render his work boring and drab. Next,
The tree branches grew wildly in all directions.
the tree bridge grew wildly in all directions. Is it so?
The tree branches grew wildly in all directions.
Bridges,
The tree branches grew wildly in all directions.
and now it's correct. Next, rules require that male gymnasts touch each corner of the floor at least once during their routine.
The friends shared similar tastes in music.
The friends share music.
The friends shared similar tastes in music.
Okay, shared.
The friends shared similar tastes in music.
Right. Next. The development of zero as a number is one of the most important developments in early mathematics. Next.
Engines add a great deal of weight to the vehicles they power. Engines add a great deal of weight to the vehicles they power.
Had, I guess it's had a great deal of weight to the vehicles they power. Okay, contracts management. Contracts management is an ongoing process of supervising and managing the contract. It involves all actions that must be what must be tackle must be no must be taken, yeah, that must be taken in managing a business contract from its inception right through until contracts expire experiment experiment. Essentially, contracts management is divided two main into two mm, major areas. contract negotiation, and contract execution. Next.
Early trains used horsepower and ran on wooden or iron tracks.
What?
Early trains used horsepower and ran on wooden or iron tracks.
Next. Programming languages started to appear in the 1950s, and this was also another major step in abstraction.
Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
What is made?
Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
Wine is made from the fermentation of sugar and grapes. Wine is made from the fermentation of sugar and where? What? Let's go one another time.
Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
Oh, fermentation. Wine is made by the of sugar and grapes. Next. The controller then tells the input to turn off the power as the water is already boiling. Next.
They received praise for their good behavior.
Okay.
They received praise for their good behavior.
Next. Uniform members preferred. In jury selection, lawyers are now beginning to favor individuals who are uniformed about the topic of the case. Okay, what is the, the what? The lawyer is not written like this. What is lawyer is not here? Okay, is that into is it no is individuals who come with expertise in a topic, also opinions. This affects their ability to be This is hard. Next.
He's majoring in aerospace engineering at university.
He is majoring in aerospace engineering at university. This is the. Alright then.
He's majoring in aerospace engineering at university.
Next. What the fuck is this background noise? Okay. Interactive reading, you will have one reading passage and you will have 7 to 8 minutes to answer six questions. Right. Waste management is the of handling and disposing of waste material that are to be waste. Waste management is the process of handling and disposing that are waste management is the process of handling disposing of waste materials that are determined to be waste, that are considered, that are not considered to be. It includes procedures and operations for uh, that are considered, that are not to be waste. I don't know. Uh, it includes procedures and operations for collection, transfer, storage, treatment, recycling, or what? Or removal of waste, or disposal, transfer, storage, treatment, recycling, or what? Okay, so procedure and operations for collection, transfer, storage, treatment, recycling, or disposal of waste materials, waste elements in an environmental sound materials in an environmental sound manner. Okay, it is a part of the sanitation sector that disposal of water material by all means they deals with the disposal, including landfilling, recycling, waste treatment, and recycling. Next, please. All right. So, what's the question? What paragraphs? Okay, select the best sentence to fill in the blank in the passage. Okay, it is defined by the United States Environment Production Agency as a non-hazardous waste generated by residential, commercial, or industrial establishment. So, what do we say is a new user for landfill sites has been found because most cities contain hazardous waste that needs to be disposed of. Mhm. Contamination in water may occur if the operation procedures for waste management are not properly set up. Agency as an unhabitable commercial establishment. Okay, wastewater is contaminated with chemicals that are convenient from urban, suburban, rural areas. Municipal solid waste is a type of waste that refers to household. It is defined by. Okay, so I think this is the contamination in water. Uh, is it correct? Okay. What is waste management? Management is the process of handling disposing water material that are considered to be waste. They're considered to be waste. So next. According to the passage, how is municipal solid waste defined by the United States Environmental Protection? They say that as any non-hazardous waste generated by residential commercial these. So like the idea that is expressed in the passage, waste management include procedures, production, for disposal in this area. Select the best title. Introduction to Waste Management and Introduction to Subsystem. This is the correct one. Next. Okay. Interactive listening. And now the section will have one conversation. You have 40 minutes to select 5 to 7 conversation turns and 90 seconds to write a summary. So let's go. I'm ready. You will participate in a conversation about the scenario below. You and your friend are discussing options for fields of study. You are both interested in biology, your friend is still undecided, uh, and you are thinking about getting two grade degrees. Okay, you and your friend are discussing options for fields of study, and you are both interested in biology. Okay, friend is still undecided. So you're interested in both interested in biology?
Hey, I've been thinking about what I want to study for my degree.
Okay, okay,
I'm not sure yet. I'm considering biology or chemistry.
okay. Oh, those are both really good choices. I'm considering study biology too. I'm considering getting 2 degrees in music performance and music education. That's great. I'm considering getting 2 degrees Spanish studies. Yeah. So this is the correct one.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I'm not sure if I want to do just biology.
Oh, really? That's something to consider. What do you think about specializing in chemistry? I'm thinking about getting 2 degrees. Have you considered getting 2 degrees? Okay. Yeah, that's right. Would you get just things you're really interested in? You might be right. I've been considering getting 2 degrees in graph. I think this one is correct. No? Have you considered getting 2 degrees? That's what I'm thinking about doing. What the? Okay.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But then it would take me even longer to graduate, and I'm not sure if I want to be in school for that long.
Okay, so what do I do? Really? That's only to common word. Okay, yeah. And it's always to have more than one option for graduation. That's true. And if you're not in the street, then might. Okay, yeah, it is. But I'm interested in both subjects. I think it would be good to look at future employers. Yeah, that's true. But if you love both subjects, then it might be worth it. This is the correct one.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm just going to stick with biology for now and see how things go. If I change my mind later on, then I can always specialize in something else.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Let me know if you need any help making your decisions too. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. All right. That sounds like a good plan. Thanks for taking a look at my application. No, hey, maybe, but certainly what you were deciding, I graduated. That sounds like a good plan. Let me know if you decide to do anything different. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's get together. Let's go together. All right, thanks. Let me know if you need. This is not. That sounds like a good plan. Thanks for taking a look. No, this is not. Yeah, yeah, maybe, but seriously, I think this is the correct one. I don't know. Yes, next. He said he told me that for now he will he will be studying biology only, and if she this is she okay, if she ever changes her mind, then that's bad. Next, writing. The section will have two writing questions. One is to write about the photo, interactive writing. It will take up to 9 minutes. Oh my god, that's a lot of minutes. shows a playground, of a sport, of a, I would say popular sport in the middle of of down down of the city, which where a game is being played and watched by hundreds of spectators. That's a good description. Well done. Prepare to write about the topic below. You'll have 5 minutes to write, then you will write a follow up response for 3 minutes. That's 8 minutes, bro. Next. Okay. Write about the topic below for 5 minutes. Writing is a form of communication that can be used to connect people across time and physical distance. Do you think that writing will continue to be a major form of communication in the future? Provide specific response reasons to support your answer. I think yeah. Uh, Glance at the most famous or popular ways of communication. Communication nowadays, we can see that so writing is one of the top um, methods of communication. Communication, even in digital world, uh, whether whether it's writing emails or just texting on WhatsApp, writing writing plays a significant role in um, daily communication. Okay, so do you think the writing will continue to be a major form of communication in the future? Talking about the future of writing as a major way of communication, I would say that it will remain as the top source of interacting conversation, I would say, of conversation, but talking about informal communication between friends or family members, I think it has already lost its position position as a top tool of communication. Communi. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Write a follow up response for 3 minutes. Consider how the increasing pace of life might influence the role of writing as a form of communication in the future. Share your thoughts. Ah, even if we take a look at today, nowadays conversations between friends and family members, uh, writing has already lost its place to voice messages as it is now a, a leading way of communication between okay, not between communication and informal communication, but okay, but the increasing or okay, but the rapidly fast pace, rapidly fast, what do we say, pace, yeah, pace of life may not f- affect the role of writing. What the in in the formal field fields, because writing a proper email is still considered as a polite way of communicating. Okay, so that's it. I did well, man. Speaking, the section will have three speaking questions. For each question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare, 90 seconds to respond. Oh, I'm ready, bro. Let's go.
Talk about a time when you were highly motivated to achieve something. Why were you so motivated?
To achieve something.
Talk about a time when you were highly motivated to achieve something. Why were you so motivated?
All right, so talking about a time when I was greatly motivated for obtaining something that I had to obtain was back in last year when I left university in Afghanistan, the public university, and then my father told me that what's now? What are you planning to do? And I told him that I want to go abroad and study abroad in a foreign country in a foreign university for higher and better education, and that's why I was compelled somehow to get an English proficiency and pass an English proficiency test and just prepare myself and just eligible myself for studying abroad, and that was why I was motivated that Duolingo English test is a far better option than giving or taking the IELTS or TOEFL, because one, it's cheaper, second, it's one, it's cheaper, and the second thing was that it is much more affordable, and also it is easy than the other two exams. So I, for a week or two, I prepared myself for the Duolingo English test, and I gave the test, and the result was super satisfying as I got 130 on my very first try of the Duolingo English test, and I was really satisfied with the result. And that was the result of some sort of motivation that I got in order to study in the foreign country. Prepare to speak about the image below. All right, you have 90 seconds to speak. This image shows some people who are traveling in a public transportation, most probably a metro, and it shows that the metro is completely packed with people as two men are standing, as there are not any sort of empty chairs or seats to sit on. Uh, and from the photo, we can say that it looks like a morning time, as the sun has uh, the sunlight has entered the metro through window, and it looks like bright morning sunlight. uh, One man at the back is probably looking at a newspaper, and one of the two men who are sitting on the seats, one is just looking at his phone, another one is just having some sort of earphones in his head, probably listening to music or something else. And from the picture we can say that it's winter time, when where all four men that we can see in the photo have worn a lot of layers of clothes and some heavy uh, warm jackets and or coats. So, and from the picture we can also depict that they are going to work. That was hard. Prepare to speak about the topic below. Talk about your study habits in school. When do you prefer to study and why? Where do you go when you need to study? Do you prefer to study alone with or with others and why? So, if I recall the habits of my school time, where whenever the exams were around the corner, I used to study a lot. But in general, if I talk about my study habits in school, then I usually used to study during night, because during the day I was like I used to go to school at 8 a.m. and come back at 1, and after that I used to take to go to other courses, and during the night I used to just do my homeworks and study for the schools. But when exams were around the corner, then it was really hard to study at home because of all the noises and distractions that you get. Like, we had a TV where my favorite TV serials and cartoons and games were there. So it was a kind of distractor for me. And at the other side, there were also the house chores, which definitely used to, take some time. So I used to go to a park in order to study there, and that was a great idea. And another thing that I used to prefer during that time, and I still prefer that even today, is that I have a habit of studying alone, because if I'm with someone else, so that would be just for revise or something like that. But if I'm studying for the first time, I prefer to be alone and study quietly. That was hard, man. Writing and speaking sample. Let's go, baby. The section will have a writing question, speaking question on certificates. Okay. You have 5 minutes to write about the last time you participated in physical activity. What was the physical activity? Did you go well? What was the experience like? How did you feel before and after? Include specific details in your response. So, physical activity. Okay. And a physical activity was okay. So the last time I participated in a physical activity was actually last night. Okay. uh, I'm really sorry for the background noise for the actually last night, where when I went to gym and worked out. Uh, okay, so did it go well? As these are my initial, I can go to tell them to just shut up, and I'm okay. Initial days at the gym. So it's it's definitely it's definitely, what do we say? It's definitely painful to lift all those what do we say, weights. And I I actually, what do we say? Uh, I actually okay, and my muscle are aren't really accustomed with the with the weights so it's difficult. Okay, how did you feel before and after? Okay, but after the workout, uh, I felt an instant pump in my body parts, uh, and I was kind of feeling like what do we say, a bodybuilder. I was kind of feeling like a bodybuilder, as my muscles were pumped pumped up. So it's good. uh, the most challenging part of the workout was the shoulders workouts as it had a, it had a as it had a major, what do we say, impact on my shoulders. Fuck off, man. Next. Okay, prepare to speak about the topic below. How might certain foods or ingredients be understood as as representative of the cultures they come from? Provide support your personal experience in observation to support your opinion. How might certain foods and ingredients be understood as representative of the culture they come from? Okay, so talking about the possibility of how certain foods or ingredients can be considered as the representative of a culture they come from. So basically, let's talk about an example first. Whenever you heard the word of pizza, so the first country that comes into your mind, or the first culture that comes into your mind, is Italy, of course, because it is the birthplace of pizzas. Um, like that, if someone just talk about sushi, then the first thing that you're thinking about, the first country that you're thinking about, or the first community you're thinking about, is Japan, because that is the homeland of that. Similarly, if I talk about Afghanistan, so if I talk about Balani, this is the most beautiful and famous dish. Or let's talk about a dish which has a worldwide, what do we say, popularity, and that is kabuli palau. Kabuli palau is an Afghan dish, and it is eaten worldwide almost. So if someone in the US is trying or eating kabuli palau, then the first thought that comes into their mind is that this is from Afghanistan. So the Kabuli Palau is kind of representing Afghanistan and Afghan culture in foreign countries, and this is, I guess, um, uh, this is, I guess, completely true that certain foods which are coming from the central countries are definitely representing them worldwide. So as I've given the examples of pizza and sushi, those are the two examples that can be given. Or as we can say, the French fries. That is another example which can be given. Uh, so I think the reason why foods are representing things is that first they get famous from in one place, and after that, by the passage of time, as their popularity increases, so they're spread worldwide, and when they're tried in the any kind corner of the world, then they automatically represent the country uh, where they were made or cooked for the first time. Let me give you another example. Turkish chai is one of the most popular chais in the world. I don't know about you, but it is popular in Afghanistan, it is popular in India, it is popular in Pakistan, it is popular in foreign countries like US, Canada, and even in Turkey itself. Whenever the foreigner visit Turkey, one of the things in their bucket list is trying Turkish chai, which is completely popular. So, if Turkish chai is drunk in any corner of the world, it is representing Turkey for the chai. Okay, test is now completed, I guess. Look, 125, 135. Impressive. Thank you so much.